Next, the topic is angle modulation. Okay, AM modulation is completed. Next, the topic is angle modulation. Angle modulation means total phase angle. In amplitude modulation, total amplitude is vary according with the modulating signal. Which amplitude is vary? The carrier amplitude is vary. So, in angle modulation, total phase angle of the carrier total phase angle of the carrier is vary. Total phase angle of the carrier is vary according to the modulating signal or message signal is called the angle modulation, where amplitude is constant. So, for example, the carrier signal CT is denoted by carrier signal. CT is the carrier signal. CT is equal to A cos omega CT plus theta 0. Okay, where A is the amplitude of the signal. Omega C is the carrier frequency, and theta 0 is the phase angle. Okay, this is the phase angle. If phi equal to omega CT plus theta 0, if this component is substituted by phi, so CT will becomes A cos phi, where phi is the omega CT plus theta 0, where omega carrier frequency, omega is called the omega C is called the angular velocity of carrier or angular frequency of carrier. And phi is the called total phase angle. Phi is the called the total phase angle. So we differentiation. Equation 1, differentiation the equation 1 with respect to t. Okay, differentiation with respect to t for equation number 1. So omega phi equal to omega CT plus theta 0 with differentiation with respect to t. So omega C is equal to d phi by dt. Okay, is equal to 0. This is the constant term. So in derivative form, the phase angle is 0. So omega C is equal to d phi by dt. This omega C is variable, not constant. So this omega C is called instantaneous frequency. Omega I is equal to d phi by dt, where omega I is called instantaneous frequency or instantaneous velocity, which is denoted by omega I is equal to d phi by dt, So in a sine wave or in a sinusoidal signal, the frequency is constant. Here the frequency and phase angle is vary. So the diagram is, so this is the constant omega ct plus theta 0 at first. This is the constant and this is the instantaneous frequency. This is called the instantaneous frequency. Instantaneous frequency means which frequencies vary is called the instantaneous frequency. Okay. Next, types of angle modulation. Types. What are the types of angle modulation? There are two types of angle modulation. First is frequency modulation. Frequency modulation, which is denoted by FM, and next is phase modulation, which is denoted by PM. Next we discuss the frequency modulation techniques or FM.